Boxing King Media in association with Boxro. Ade Oladipo, we're at the weigh-in for AJ Franklin. Fight week is almost done. How excited, man? What are you expecting to see from both guys today?
AJ big. I think it's going to be big. I think he's going to touch around 18 stone. I think this is going to be his second highest. I think his highest was Carlos Takam, wasn't it? He's going to be big. Franklin's going to look a lot better than he did against Dillian White. He's going to be a lot smaller than AJ, but it's not all about the size, is it? I think we saw that against Usyk. It's about skills. Skills pay the bills. I think AJ's going to look focused today. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Look, it's weird. When this fight was announced, I think me and you spoke, I was like, But then as fight week sort of builds on and now we're a day away, I am excited for it. I'm excited to see how AJ looks against it after being with Derek James. We haven't seen much behind the scenes stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how he looks.
I actually mentioned that to one of AJ's team yesterday. It was quite interesting that we ain't seen no social media posts. We ain't seen him on the bags or pads. I've actually got a 5-second clip of him on the bags, but there's not been nothing about.
Nothing. It's almost like they've decided just to hide away, come off social media, which can be good and bad. I mean, it's good because, okay, do your thing. It's bad in terms of selling the fight, right? I mean, only up until a couple of days ago, it sold out. AJ normally sells out immediately, and that's because sometimes you get to see him a lot. So I understand it, but as an AJ fan, I want to see AJ. I want to see him everywhere. I want to go onto TV and YouTube and see clips of him. So from my selfish point of view, it's been a bit disappointing, but I understand why he's done it.
And the big talking point has all been about Franklin's weight loss. Some people have got different opinions. Some are saying he'll be quick, some are saying he'll be too small, and AJ will walk through him. What do you think?
He'll be faster and fitter. I think they're banking on this going into the second half. AJ, I've said, looks like he's built for destruction. So in an ideal world, AJ's probably want to get him out of there before 6. If Franklin survives the 6, then how much gas does AJ have in the tank to go past it? So I think they're hoping that his speed, light of foot, hand speed. Look, we saw the hand speed of Ruiz, how that caused AJ problems. I'm not saying Franklin's Ruiz, but he's got fast hands. So I think they're hoping that he can stay in there somehow, and hopefully they'll take it down the straight. Hopefully they're wrong, and AJ gets the job done, but they're going for speed.
Just trying to think, I lost my chain of thought there for a second. AJ obviously did a lot of interviews yesterday. Spencer Fearon, this is what I was going to say to you. Spencer Fearon said yesterday that if AJ doesn't stop him within 6, he should retire. Quite a strong statement. What do you make of that?
Nonsense. So what, it goes to 7, then that's it. You're done. Unfortunately, it's too late, AJ. I understand why we want that to happen, but it's certainly not a retirement thing. Look, if AJ looks really good up until the 7th and 8th rounds and stopping the 8 rounds, he's done his job. I want him to get rid of him early. I want him to make a statement. Again, I'm the lucky guy that's going to do the in-ring interview, and I want to ask him the question. If he does destroy him in 6, fury. If it goes past that, then I don't know if it's worth the question. So in my head, I'm thinking, get rid of him early so I can ask that question. Because if not, then I've probably got to ask Dillian White, Hrgovic, Otto Volin. I don't want to ask those. I want to say Fury, Wilder. So, look, I want it done before 6, but I certainly ain't going to bloody be talking retirement if it's 8 or 9. No way. I just want to, look, it can't go points. I'll be honest with you, it can't go points. It's got to get, if it goes points, it's not a disaster, but people are going to say things. You know what it's like. People are going to say, 1 second, you've gone points with Franklin. Like, where's the power gone? You're not putting people to sleep. So it has to knock him out. And if that knockout comes 9, 10, 11, I'm cool with it. It can't go to points.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, man, because Franklin showed he's got a chin. He's got everything.
He's got a chin, but he's not been hit by AJ. He's not been hit by AJ. Yes, he showed his chin against Dillian White, but I think we both know, like, there was a time, not so long ago, when AJ and Wilder were the biggest punchers in the heavyweight division. AJ can still crack. I've been lucky enough to see AJ hit the bag, and I'm telling you now, if that guy sits on his punches, hopefully Derek James has done that to him, this ain't going points. No way.
Well, you mentioned Wilder there. Wilder came out and made some comments the other day, because obviously him and Fury bumped into each other in Saudi, and they seemed quite friendly, but they both went off camera, and Wilder's come out and said, you know, he's a mother bleep, and then he said he's a fucking cheat as well. Bit strange that, innit? Why are fighters like that?
He's stuck to that. I mean, look, I get it. You were the one that captured that of them meeting in Saudi. and it all looks friendly and amicable, but Wilder, from the get-go, has accused Fury of cheating. Whether you believe it or not, I don't believe it, but Wilder's sticking to that.
When he's saying cheating, what kind of cheating do you think he's referring to?
He's talking about everything. I don't know if he's still talking about the gloves being tampered or performance-enhancing drugs. Obviously, there's a history there of that. Maybe he still thinks there is that. Or maybe in Wilder's psyche, he hits everyone and they fall apart, they go to sleep. I think he honestly looks at Fury and thinks, how are you getting up? How can I hit you? That right hand that Wilder hit him with in the second fight where Fury's body wobbled is the best right hand you're going to land. And he's probably thinking, how are you getting up? So maybe it's a bit of that with him as well. Like, it's almost impossible what you're doing. Like, I don't think Fury's a cheat. Yes, he had the problems with the drugs before, but I don't think he's a cheat. I just think he's a fantastic fighter. And he's Wilder's kryptonite. I think that's the issue.
Interesting thoughts there, Ade. So I want to move on. Eddie Hearn is imminently going to announce the signing of Sonny Edwards and Jack Catterall, and I believe Shannon Ryan. We'll start off. You just tell me how much of a big move it is for all three of them coming across. Obviously, Jack Catterall and Shannon are both leaving boxer, and Sonny, I believe, he was a free agent on the back end of Probellum collapsing. Finally,
it feels like all the announcements have been boxer taking the zone fighters, so finally we're getting something. Look, Sonny Edwards for me is the big one in that. Some people might say Jack Catterall, I get it, but I always look at potential fights. And for Sonny, I'm already thinking about, okay, Bam Rodriguez, Jesse Martinez, maybe even going up in weight as well, Sonny. Matchroom have got all those fighters. I always say for a fighter to leave, you've got to go where you're going to get the fights. And for Sonny coming over to the zone and Matchroom, all the light flyers, the flyers, super flyers are with Matchroom DAZN, so that makes sense. For Jack Catterall, it's a big one because Ben Shalom was talking about Regis Prograis versus Jack Catterall a couple of days ago. All of a sudden, it's an interesting one, but you can now get Regis Prograis versus Jack Catterall on DAZN. Regis will fight anywhere, so big announcements. And for Shannon Ryan, I followed Shannon for a long time. I love her, obviously signed with 258 Management. It's the place to be, in it. For the female fights, you want the big female fights, it's kind of the place to be. So look, 3 massive signings, but I mean, the special one, Sonny Edwards. Because Sonny Edwards will sell himself as well. Like, Sonny Edwards is going to get on the stage here, grab the mic and sell it. And that's what you want. You want that. And potentially Galal your 5 fights as well. There's so much for Sonny. So yeah, fantastic signing for everyone. I think everyone should be happy with those 3.
I'm looking forward to the chemistry of Eddie Hearn and Sonny. I think it'll be quite funny to watch.
It's going to be amazing. I don't know if Eddie's going to be ready for it or to be able to control it, but Sonny's good. Sonny's good. He's vocal on social media. He says what he wants to say. Sonny's fantastic. And I feel like he needs that next move. Like, I feel like he went a bit stale after winning the world title. And he's been calling out Julio Cesar Martinez, but he hasn't got the fights. He'll get the fights now. And let's see what he does. Let's see if he's put on the Canelo undercard, May 6th. Because there's been a lot of talk about Julio Cesar Martinez on that card. Go for it straight away. What a co-main that would be. Julio Cesar Martinez, Sonny Edwards going to Mexico, and only he can do that, so that would be fantastic.
From the previous conversations I've heard, I don't think that'll happen. The other thing I want to speak to you about, Ade, is I don't know if you saw yesterday, I did an interview with Eddie Hearn, and he randomly just went on talking about religion, how he wanted to learn more about faith, and he specifically talked about Islam and Ramadan, how he found it fascinating how people are quite strict and loyal to the faith over Ramadan over anything else. He referred to Amir Khan, refusing big paydays during Ramadan. He's had a bit of stick for it. I think I'll mention Spencer Fearon again, and a few people on Twitter are saying he probably made them comments because of wanting Saudi money. What do you think?
You just can't please people, can you? Honestly, like, sometimes I read a comment and I see the first bad one, I don't read the rest. I mean, you've sat down with Eddie. Look.
It was 80% positive, to be fair.
Okay, that's good, that's nice. I mean, like, it's funny because I think when you don't know Eddie, like, I remember before I started doing this, I used to look at Eddie a bit like that as well. Eddie's open to any conversation. And maybe it's something he doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't have many Muslim friends, so maybe it's a conversation that he's willing to learn about. We should embrace that. We should be happy that someone's willing to learn about something different. And I find it fascinating, but I don't know, you can't please everyone. But funny thing is though, for Eddie that has Muslim fighters, it's almost something you should know. Like, it's something you kind of should know, especially when booking fights for people in and around Ramadan, things like that, like the links with boxing and gambling. So it's something that he maybe should be aware of, but if he isn't aware, I'm sure you and Spence will educate him on it.
Interesting thoughts. Any final thoughts before I let you go?
This is exciting, isn't it? I love this. Like, this is like, you know when you kind of say like, is the AJ show over? Is it, you know, is he struggling? And then you pan as you do with your camera, and you look at the amount of media here. Like, I know there's journos here that don't even follow boxing, that have come here because they know this is the big one. So yeah, like, I'm excited, nervous, but for me as well, on a personal note, it's probably my biggest fight as a ringside reporter. So I'm excited to be working on it as well. What a dream, like, to watch AJ for years. I will be in the ring, fingers crossed he wins, talking to him. Bloody hell, what a crazy journey.
The interesting is the whole world is looking forward to that post-fight interview. Mate. And how many questions are going to be about Fury?
Mate, I've got them loaded in my head. Loaded in my head. Wilder, Fury. I'm not even asking the Dillian White question. Ain't even getting answered. It's Wilder, Fury, if AJ looks good.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you, Ade. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of the next 48 hours.
Cheers, man.